All right, let's talk some sports. Big day for Michigan State today as their new head football coach, former Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald, was announced. He's taking over the program and introduced. Third trainer science Jacob Seus joins us now live outside MSU. Jacob, I know it's cold out there. We so appreciate you being out there. This was a big day, an exciting day for sure.
Yeah, Julia, a big day for certain. I mean, the excitement, you could feel it through the football program today, but I would also say it's cautious optimism is probably the best way you could describe the feeling in the room of the football department. When Jonathan Smith was hired 2 years ago from Oregon State to be the next head coach at Michigan State, it was thought that he would be here for a long time, would be the guy that could take this program to the next level. And here we are 2 years later, after a season where the Spartans went just 2-8 in Big Ten play. They decide to let go of Jonathan Smith on Saturday night, pay his $30 million buyout, and less than 24 hours later, the Spartans have a new head coach, Pat Fitzgerald from Northwestern. He was with the Wildcats for 17 seasons. That's his alma mater. He led them to a couple Big Ten championship games, a couple AP top 25 finishes. This is a guy that knows how to win in this conference. He, of course, has played here so many times. He talked about how much of a home field advantage it is at Spartan Stadium when everything is going right. Fitzgerald has been out of the coaching game, though, for the last 3 years. In 2023, he was fired from Northwestern when a hazing scandal came to light. He eventually sued the school for wrongful termination. They settled. He still has admitted no wrongdoing up to this point, but he was responsible for that locker room. So a little bit of a controversial hire, you could say, for Michigan State. But Fitzgerald says that the time he had away from the program was good because he got to sit back and reflect on the things that went right and certainly the things that went wrong. And for Michigan State, I mean, they're at rock bottom right now after the season they had. So Fitzgerald feels that he's the guy to help lead them into this new era. There's some pressure, though, for this team to turn it around. Jonathan Smith didn't have a lot of time to do so, and the same will be said for Fitzgerald. So here's a part of what he had to say today. At the end of the day, it was just pure excitement for him to get back in the head coaching game and hopefully lead this Michigan State program back to national relevancy.
I'm excited to earn your trust, to energize our program, and to build a team that you'll be proud of this work every Saturday. I'm humbled for the opportunity. I'm fired up for the challenge, and I'm ready to get to work. It's just a great day to be a Spartan. Go Green.
Today, but now he's got to get to work. Michigan State a bit behind the 8 ball here. Tomorrow is National Signing Day. First things first, he's got to make sure that recruiting class of 2026 puts pen to paper now with a new head coach. Obviously, he's not the one that recruited them. That goes to for East Kentwood quarterback Cade Kaufman, who did reiterate on social media he does still plan to sign with Michigan State. He also doesn't have a coaching staff right now, so Fitzgerald has to go out and get his assistant coaches and really put this thing together quick because they have a lot of work to do before spring ball, and if they want to be successful next season, it starts, Julia, right now with him getting his staff and his recruiting class together.
Yeah, and Jacob, I mean, obviously the deal is done. The introduction was today, but, thinking with the previous coach, that major, $30 million plus buyout, plus, some of the allegations and, suspicious stuff from the past that's happened. They must be pretty confident in him to pull him in from this, pay the things that have happened in the past and move forward with, this guy at the helm of their program. They must think he's going to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, Athletic Director Jay Batt wouldn't go into details about how long this has been in the works, but it's obvious it's been for weeks because, Smith was let go on Sunday morning, and less than 24 hours later, they had their head coach, and he claims they've done their due diligence on everything that went down at Northwestern, and, Fitzgerald claims to have known nothing about what happened in that locker room, which may have been the case, but at the end of the day, he was the head coach of that team, so he certainly needs to look at how he ran that football program at Northwestern, and while they had successful days on the football field, he needs to look at, what happened off of it, what happened in the locker room, and how things can change here at Michigan State. Everybody's certainly deserving of a second chance. We'll see if Fitzgerald can make the most of it here as he takes over a Spartans program, Julia, that really needs to get back on track, going back to the Mel Tucker days and Jonathan Smith and the vacated wins from just a month ago. This is a program that is in a bad place right now, and Fitzgerald will look to take them back to a spot they haven't been in quite some time.
Okay, well, Jacob Seus on this story from the very beginning when the original news broke and the new news about the head coach. So thank you so much for your reporting. Let's get you back in the car and out of the cold. We'll see you back here at the station. Thanks so much, Jacob.